Hello, this is Lori Petrosino, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can set up your new Aweber account. So once you've signed up for Aweber and you've logged in, your dashboard will look like this. So the very first thing you're going to need to do is to set up your first list. The way to do that is to come right up here where it says Create and Manage Lists. Just click on that and come over here to create a list. And Aweber will ask you some information about yourself. So what you're going to do is fill out this information here. You absolutely need to include your address, that's important. I'm going to change my sender name to my own name. Your email will go here and click Next Step. Now on this page what you're going to do is set up your list name. So this is going to be the list name that people sign into. You can make it, as you see here, there's an example. If you have recipes and this is what somebody is signing up for, then that's what your list name could look like. In this case, I'm going to choose Home Business Wealth. And you can do a little bit of a description here. I'll probably change that later, but just wanted to do a quick description. The next thing to do is click on Next Step. Approve your confirmation message. It's asking me that if someone signs up, how do I want it to look to them? So you can actually choose what you would like here. If you want to choose their name, confirm your subscription, I'm going to click on that because we're going to change that later on. So just scroll back down, click on Approve Message and Create List, and I have my new list. Okay, so now the way to get into your list, now you see I have many different lists here. If this is a new account, you'll only have one and possibly a default as well. So make sure that your current list is set to the one that you just created, and you're going to go right over here to List Options. If you hover over that, a drop down will show up and you'll click on List Settings. So now that you're over here, you want to personalize your list. This is where you can edit your list name if you like, if you didn't like what you chose. This is where you can edit your list description. This is where you'll add your information. If you want to change any of this when you signed up, you can do that. Notifications are that every time you receive an opt-in, you actually get an email. And in the beginning, when you're first developing your list, it's kind of fun to get this. But after a while, it can be a little bothersome, so I don't add it, but you certainly can, and then you can remove it if you like. So then what we're going to do is come over here to Confirmed Opt-in, and you're going to scroll down here to where it says Require Opt-in on Web Forms, and you'll turn it off. Are you sure you want to disable Confirmed Opt-in for the web form submissions? Click Yes. Now, you don't have to do this. I do it because I don't want to give people an extra step to sign up to my list. But there are other people who prefer to have what they call a double opt-in, which means they opt into your list, then they have to go to their email and click on a confirmation link. So there's varying ideas as to whether or not that works and how that works, and you will have less people that will go to their email and click on the confirmation link. So that's just my own personal way that I like to do it. You can certainly leave this on if you like. If you want to leave it on, don't worry about changing this. If you turn it off, scroll down here and click Save Settings. Okay, so you've just created your first list. Now the next thing to do would be to create a sign-up form for your list, because now you want to get people onto your list, so you need to create a sign-up form. So you'll come over here to Sign-up Forms, and again, remember that make sure that you're always in your current list, because if you create more than one and you drop down, it can easily change. So you want to make sure you're in your current list. You'll click Create Your First Sign-up Form, And what's nice about these sign-up forms is you can actually make them look a lot like a real capture page, not just a sign-up form that you put on a website or a blog or in an email. So let's take a look and see. I'm going to actually just stick with this one right here. And the very first thing I'm going to do, because I want to make this a page, very first thing I'm going to do is stretch this all the way out. I want to make it as large as possible. I like to remove these here. You don't have to. I definitely would recommend removing this one. You can certainly leave, we respect your email privacy. I just don't like it, so I take it out. So depending on the fields that you want to use, they're already pre-populated for name and email, but if you want to add them, you can come over here to create a new field, and you can actually add a new field. I'm going to remove that. You can name it as well. And if you click on this one, you can add first name and last name if you want that. I mean, I like to keep it as simple as possible. A lot of marketers what they're doing right now is just an email. Again, making it super simple for someone to sign up to your list. I prefer name and email, but that's a preference. So I like to have someone's name because I can personalize their email. There are a lot of varying ideas about that right now in marketing, but that's going to be up to you. It depends on how personal you want to get with your list, okay? So let's go over and start creating a really cool looking web form. So I like to keep it a white background. You can change the background. Remember, this is an editor. So what you can do is, let's click on Edit Header. And you can type in a call to action basically, or why someone is signing up for your list. So let's just go with something like this. Okay, so I'm just coming up with a headline that would be attractive to get someone to opt in. So what I'm going to do is highlight everything. I'm going to bold it. I'm going to center it. I'm going to change the color to red. I'm going to make it larger. So feel free to play around with this. I mean, this is just the way I happen to be doing it right now, but I want to just give you some examples. You can change the font. I don't like that font. And I want to make it a little bigger. Okay, that looks pretty good. So you can also change the color here. If you want it to stand out a little bit more. Make it blue just for now. Just want to give you an idea of how you can use the editor. Just take a look here. Let's make this all caps. And you can italicize things. I mean, there's just so much you can do. I mean, it's not the best editor on the planet, but it works really well for capture pages. If you don't have any other capture page creators, you can absolutely use this as a capture page. It's really cool. So let's click on Save. Okay, I think that looks good for now. So right over here where it says name and email, I want to go up here where it says labels, and I want to click on let's first do the submit button. If you click on submit button, it says sign up. The other one I used to use would actually give you the option to change the wording, because I don't like the wording sign up. But Aweber has actually changed their format a little bit, so it doesn't appear that this particular form is allowing me to change the sign up form. I'll find out about that, because I really like to change it to something different. And when you edit it, one of the web forms that I've been using actually lets you change it. So see if I can find out about that in a little bit, and I'll let you know what template would work best for that. Now I want to change the color here, and again, since they just changed this, I am learning right along with you. So let's go with the labels and see if that's it. I want to go to black. Yes, it is. Okay, good. And click on OK. Excuse me. Okay, so I wanted to just let those stand out a little bit more. Only thing I'm not happy about is this. I don't really love that, but I'll see if I can figure that out and let you guys know which template is the best to use. So, okay, what I want to do is add an image here, and this is a really, really cool way to do it. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what kind of image you want to go here. Now I have one already created, so I'm going to go grab it. Okay, so what you're going to do is come up to the top here where it says image, click on that, and you're going to put a URL for your image path. Okay, so as you can see, this is an image of my husband and I want this to be at the bottom here. I want it to be in the center, and I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to do that with another one, and let me grab that one, that link. Hang on one moment. Come back up to image, paste it, click on save, but that's not where I want it, so you can actually move it. Just take it and move it where you want it. So that looks pretty cool. Enter your name and email below to get 5 free traffic strategies you can use instantly. And this little image tells them what to do. They'll enter their name and email. They have a picture of us here. Let's see, I'm gonna remove the footer. And that's it. Okay, I mean, so you can actually, I believe you can change the background as well. So let's just say you want to change the body of, you want to change the color. You want to make the background a little bit, maybe make it a gray color. You can make the bottom part gray. You can do the same thing with the top part. Again, I like it all white, so I'm just going to keep it there, but I just wanted to show you that you can play around a little bit. There also, if you're curious as to how to get these images, the image path in a URL, the easiest way to do that, if you don't have a hosting account, is to come over to photobucket.com. Sign up for a free account. And you can actually upload your images right to this site, and it will give you the image path in a URL. And that's how you'll do it. So I actually think I'm not going to go through that right now. We can do that in another video. But basically just come to PhotoBucket, sign up for free, upload your images right here, and then they will give you the URL once it's uploaded. Take that URL, come back over to Aweber. It's pretty cool, huh? It's very easy. So from there, save your form. Go to step 2. Name your web form. I think it's very important to name your web form the same source of traffic that you plan on using it for. So let's just say you're going to post in Facebook groups. Call this web form Facebook groups. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Basic version or custom page. Always use a custom page, and I'll tell you why. You want to have your subscribers directed immediately to a page of your choice as soon as they opt in. Now, if you leave it on basic page, what's going to happen is, I'll show you. Let's preview it. This is what they're going to see. Right now you have their attention, so why not give them something that's going to have them take action? So let's just say you want to redirect it to your blog. You can do that. But you just told them you're going to give them 5 free traffic sources. So a really great thing to do, and this is going to set you apart from a lot of marketers, create a video. Create a video about what they're about to see. Get them excited. Make them open that email with the 5 free traffic sources you're going to send them, or whatever it is you're going to send them. So do a quick video on your webcam. Take 1 minute or 2 minutes to just say, hey, thank you so much for subscribing. I know you're going to love what you see. In these 5 free traffic sources, I offer this, this, and this. Go open your email right now. Does that make sense? So what you'll do is you'll do that video. You'll put it up on YouTube. You can either take the YouTube video URL and put it right here, or you can put your video on a page. You can put it on like a free Weebly page and take the Weebly page with your video on it, put it right here in this area, and now you have a custom thank you page. That is amazing. Okay, so I have one that I'm going to use, but I'm going to go back and do it later. But I just wanted to explain to you why that's really important. You have their attention. Go ahead and start building a relationship with these people and start getting them to trust you by reaching out and showing your face. Even if it's just an image of you, but maybe your voice is talking on an audio behind the image, just something to get people to know who they're opting into. So click on save your form. Go to step 3. And this is where you can publish your form in a few different ways. If you don't have a web designer, don't worry about this. If you want to install the embed code, you'll come over here, you'll click raw HTML version, highlight this, copy it, and you can take this entire code and put it on a blog. And in other avenues, you'll need this. There's a lot of avenues you're going to need this. But if you just want to have your link for this, just come over here, have Aweber host my form. Copy this link. Let's see what it looks like. There it is. There's your form. Now what you can do is you can take that URL and you can put it over on this URL here. You can put it over on a domain name. So it will redirect people directly to your link. Okay? So I hope that makes sense, because that's a really great way to create capture pages for free in Aweber, since you already have an Aweber account that is going to be developing a relationship with your list. So before we move on to creating messages, I want to just show you something about the sign-up forms. Let's come over here. So you have your first sign-up form, and it's called Facebook Groups because you're going to use that link that I just showed you in Facebook Groups, if that's going to be your traffic source. So what's going to happen is, as people sign up with this link, let's just go back and take a look at it. Let's find that link again. This is how you find the link. Here it is. Okay. With this particular link, you can now take that and put it in the Facebook groups with your message and an image, or what have you. You want to do an attraction marketing post, but that's for another video. Anybody who opts in to that specific link will show up here as submissions, which means this is unique to this particular form. So if you want to create another form that's exactly the same or different, you can go back into the editor and create a different form. But just say you want that same form, but you want to use it with a different traffic source, click on copy. So now Aweber is creating the same form for you. You could change it up if you want. If you're going to use it in a different traffic source and you feel this isn't applicable, you can change it. But come down here, click on step 2, change the name right here to the other traffic source, or the next traffic source you're going to use. So let's say you want to use this one on Twitter. Click on Twitter. Make sure that this is taken care of. Save your form. Go to step 3. This is the link you'll use on Twitter. Okay? Let's come back over here to sign up form. And now you have both of your capture pages that are exactly the same. Unless you want to change them, you can edit them here. And they're for each traffic source. So again, you'll use the link specific to the Twitter form on Twitter and the link specific to the Facebook group in Facebook groups. So now you're going to know how many submissions and opt-ins that you get from each of those traffic sources, and that's going to give you a good determination as to whether or not this traffic source is working for you. Now these are 2 free traffic sources, but there are many paid traffic sources, so it's going to be really important to track those. Just keep a note document open with your domain names that you want to put the links on here, or just that, you know, ugly looking form that looks like that. Okay, so you can kind of keep track of it. So you can kind of write Twitter here. You have your next one would be, you know, Facebook, and if you choose to put them on a domain, you'll put the domain name here too. So you can just keep track of it that way. And hopefully that makes sense to you, because that's really a great way to find out what traffic is working and where you should put more of your energies and efforts in. If you find that Twitter's only getting a couple and you're spending a lot of energy there, and Facebook is getting a lot of submissions, well then you're going to focus more here. You know, you want to really use your time and energy to the best of your ability. So let's scroll to the top here, and the next thing you're going to want to do is add your first message. So make sure, once again, you're in your current list, you hover over the message box and you click on follow-up series. Create your first follow-up. Okay, so the first time you see this, it can be a little confusing as to how it works. I don't have anything pre-written, so I'm just going to really wing it for a moment here. Now, there's a whole nother strategy behind subject lines and ad copy, what's going to get people to open your emails. I'm not going to discuss that here. I want you to just set up your first one. But obviously, this is pretty self-explanatory. I would probably change this a little bit, but I just want, for the sake of the video, to put something in there that people are going to recognize. Hey, I opted in, and you know, I'm actually being congruent to what I told them I was going to send them, and they'll see it in their inbox and find it. But we'll talk about, we can talk about in another video how to create subject lines that people open. So now here you are in the, where you're going to add your message. Click twice. You can remove all this. If you've asked for an opt-in name, a name rather, in your opt-in form, you can actually personalize it. So you'll come over here, click personalized, first name, and then just start typing. So, you know, this is just going to be message, 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 message. Let's just say your message comes all the way down to here, okay? Click out of the box, okay? And now you may want to put an image. So let's just pull an image down like this. You won't have any images in your gallery, so you'll want to upload an image. Just click on that, and you can upload an image right from, hang on one sec, right from your computer here. Okay, that's pretty easy. Eventually, as you do that, you'll have an image gallery here, like I do. And if you click on My Images, you can just see all the different images that I have in there. And then you may have one you want to use immediately. Once you have this open, you'll see right here where it says image URL. People click on images, so you want to make sure that image URL takes them somewhere, okay? So let's just say you want them to go to your blog. This is one of my blogs. So now if they click on that, they're going to go to my blog. Most likely, whatever it is you are offering them, when they click on it, you want to take them to the same page that you have in here. So you'll have a link in here directing them somewhere. And you'll most likely want to make sure that same link is in here. So when they click on the image, it takes them where you want them to go. Now, you don't need to take them to a capture page because remember, they're already on your list. That's what they're doing here. So once that's taken care of, click out of the box and your image would be in there. Let's just put one in there so you can see it. Let's put this little kitty cat. Okay, so now you see how big that is? We don't want it that big. Here's the arrow. Make it as small or as large as you want. And you can make it left, right, or center. I usually like it center. And then click out of the box, okay? From there, let's just say you want to add another paragraph. I'm going to add another paragraph under that. It just says talk soon and my name. Click out of the box. These are like little segments that you can add here. Then I want to add my follow me information, which you will be prompted to set up if you don't have it. Okay? Click out of the box. Bring down maybe another image. You can put, I like to put an image of myself here at the end so they recognize who's sending them the email. I usually have it small on the left with my signature. But as you can see up here, there's lots of different things you can set up. That's how you do it. So you're going to come over to save. You can also send attachments too, by the way. Click on next. Click on save and exit. And your first message has been created. So what's great about this is you can edit it right here. You can send yourself a test, which I recommend doing. If you open that, put in your own email address, your own name, send a test. Have it come to your email box so you can actually take a look at the way other people will see it. If you don't like it, come back and edit it. Okay, you can delete this, you can copy this, and you can also set this up for, oh, that's a broadcast, I'm sorry. So no, you're set, you're all done here. Now you have your first list created, your sign up form created, and your first message created. To create a follow-up, another message, you would just click here, create a follow-up, and you would just proceed the way we just showed you in the last one. And if you want to do broadcasts like to your entire list, like I have several lists, so sometimes I have just one message I want to send to all my lists. I'll do a broadcast. And I'll come here, let me just leave page. And I'll create a broadcast and it'll send out to all of my lists. But that's only if I choose to, because you'll have the option of checking off which lists you want your message to go to, okay? If you go with the follow-up series, it's only going to put messages in this particular list, whatever is in this drop-down here. But if you do create a broadcast, you can have the option to send to as many lists as you like. But right now, if this is your first account, you're only going to have one list. Focus on that. And after you start driving traffic, if you want to see where your list, where your opt-ins come in, come over here to home. And you will go to subscribers. You don't have any subscribers in that new list, so let's just go to this one. Let's go to added today. And it'll tell you how many are added. I don't have any added to this one today, but then you can actually see how many people are added. So if this helps, please let me know. Reach out if you have any questions and enjoy creating your new Aweber account.